Morning, very bright, beautiful December morning after the dull days we have had. I'm going to do another wet in wet watercolour, another Kent scene. I've just cobbled together these few buildings. I want them more or less silhouetted. Apart from the barn, I'll put that in with some sort of colour, but very little detail. Hugh Morley, one of my followers on YouTube and friends on Facebook, did this recently, and I said, "Oh, have you?" Asked him if he'd made it into a Christmas card, and he had. So I asked him to send me one. They're lovely. Used a lot of masking fluid on that, I can see, but very, very nice. A very nice piece of work. So well done, Hugh. Hope you don't mind a bit of publicity. A good week for publicity. If you haven't seen my video, time lapse of Janish from Poland, who painted my portrait. He also added Freddie the cat. He used to sit on my lap, but sadly Freddie died. But he's had this lovely time lapse portrait in the. Made me look a bit like Sean Connery, so I'm flattered. Well, Sean Connery might be flattered as well. So have a look at that. It's on Facebook if you can't locate it on my channel. The link to it. It's on my art page, Dave Usher Artist, on Facebook. Right, okay, so this is a sort of a Kent scene. It wouldn't be a Kent scene without one of these oast houses, although they're not used for drying hops anymore. They're very posh houses, developments, really nice, but at least they haven't been pulled down. So we've got this old barn here, this sort of small tied barn, a house beyond. So that'll be in Payne's grey and blue probably. So without much more ado, we'll wet the paper and leave some bits to sparkle. I won't go over the building. I'll just go round that. Okay, that'll do. We'll leave some bits of unpainted paper there. Now we'll go in with a bit of a burnt sienna sky, I think. And I'm going to put some water in here. There's a bit of yellow ochre on the there. Right, well that's settling in. We'll do a sky. I'll do Payne's grey and ultramarine. So I want sort of a wintry, cool feel to this. I'm going to put a nice cloud going across the top there. Let's have a bit of alizarin in there as well, just a touch. Oh, overdid that, so we'll just water that out a bit. Right, okay, I'll just go do a bit more on that sky, on that cloud. Hope I don't ruin it. Okay, that'll do. And the rest can be dry brushed. I'll reclip the paper. You don't need to stretch your paper. This is Fabriano, £130. If you want to know what my palette is, I'll tell you as I go along, but it's on all my videos. And I've done over 1,000 watercolours, so no excuse for not knowing now. Right, I'll put a bit of a bank in there, and I'll use some nice grey, Payne's grey, and some lovely burnt sienna. Bit of yellow there. Now some really almost neat Payne's grey here. sort of hedge silhouetted against the light. Brush is spitting a little bit. Put a bit of yellow in there as well, I think. Okay, now I want some really good dark, so I'm going to go in with the ultramarine and that Payne's grey and some burnt sienna. Probably too much water on the brush. But you can get some nice sort of shadow colours on there. All very fast. We can use a card to just etch out a bit of a couple of little rocks on the edge of this. I don't want too much, I'm not going to do it. You can drag it up into the, when it's wet, drag it up into the clear bucket. So it's like a brush stroke, just with the corner of the card. Overdo it. Okay. Right. I'm going to use, well, when that's dry, I'll give it a dry, so mute your sound. We'll do that bank now, the far side, so we want some fairly warm colours, some sienna and a bit of that, bit of raw sienna as well, just get that lighter in parts of it. This is the bank. Leave some bits of sparkle when you do this sort of thing. And then we'll put a bit of that dark colour. That's the bank of the river. And we'll just go in with a bit of hard stuff here. And there. I'm going to use some sable for some of this. My number 8, I think it's number 8. If you're painting on wet, as this is, and you want paints to stick, you need to make them very thick, like tube consistency. Alright, put that in the water, and we'll do a bit of background now. Do that roof. So I'll wet the roof first with this number 8. I think it's number 8. And we'll add that as a sort of a sienna. Bit of grey. Make it quite uneven, as if it's old, which it is. And I'm going to mix up a bit of green. Bit of algae. Bit of darker stuff in here. A bit darker underneath for the overhang. Okay. Now the oasts want those sort of Payne's grey and a bit of blue, a bit of ultramarine. These are just going to be in a silhouette. The roof under that. So if I'm masking you, I'll put this little house in here. Okay, that'll show that. Right, I want a bit of red on the there. And dark now, Payne's grey, bit of sienna around here. Okay, that will do. We'll put a bit of detail on this ridge there. That I think has gone a little bit dark, but not much I can do about that. So we'll put in a background, a very faint background. These savers hold quite a lot of water, and these will be a bit dark on that. Okay, that'll do it. I'll outline that with a bit of a bush, that mucky bit there. Alright, let's just make that run a bit. It's okay, we can go back to that. Right, now I'm going to put in my outline for my trees. Just using the side of the brush, like I'd used the rigger. Okay, so that's one lot of trees. These ones will be a bit warmer, so we'll mix a bit of sienna in with that. But all dry brush. Oh, that's dry. So that's going to come down into the field here. This brush is a bit wet. That's okay. Take that off the page. Now we've got some little, I'm going to put some little wind bushes in here. Make one larger and one smaller, otherwise it'll look a bit too symmetrical. Okay, that's got a bit of rye there, so we'll make that more bushy, but I'll give that a dry. We'll make it a bit of a bush. Sort of silhouettes against the light. Okay, let's just fill in there. well that sort of helps it along a little bit. Just disguise that cauliflower there. Just touching the paper with the rigger, with the chisel edge of this egg. I'll finish it with a rigger because it'll take too long otherwise. It's a bit hit and miss. Just gently okay, how are we doing? Right, well let's with that the sable now we'll put in a bit of this coming up from here. And a bit of dry brush. I'll use more rigger on that, I think. Ivy. Another one here. And the blue and grey on the distant ones. So these won't be so distinct. Not really used to using sable rounds, but put a little bit of warm in there. And I'll put a dark green around here, just to sort that edge out there. Okay. Right, now all we've got to do now is a bit of dry brush on the water and a bit of reflection over the sky. So we've got that darker sky, blue, okay, we'll put a little bit of burnt sienna in there, just to reflect that sky. Okay, and we can put a little bit of reflection of those trees just coming in there. Right, here we go. Turn it into a tree now. Now when you're doing this, don't forget some of the branches go down as well. Right, don't want to do too many of them, it'll look a bit regimental if you do, like a load of soldiers, which we don't really want. So we want warmer colours in here. Don't put them all in, it'll look too mannered, a bit too obvious. Just put enough in. Right, oh let's just get that bit of reflection in down there. A little bit of blue. Some of that sienna might just be showing along here. A bit of green. Payne's grey and lemon yellow. Well, we've got to do these ones here now, on the left hand side. Got these spiky pollarded type of trees, scrubby trees. We've got loads of sort of straight branches just going off into the wind. The direction of the wind there, catching on there. Okay, so I don't think I can bodge much more out of this. Okay, the one there. Put a bird in. We're just a little bit too heavy on that back. That should have been the same colour as the back, as the hills. So let's see if we can just lift out a little bit of that. It's a little bit better. Okay, let that go, I think. Right, I'll give it a signature. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm sort of fishing this one in. Could be one of the little figures in there somewhere. No, figures. Let's put it in the mountains and see what we got here. Harry, on Tuesday morning, came in limping, both his back paws. It looked a bit chewed. It might have been playing with a fox, and the fox got carried away. Got my tea here. So he wasn't very happy. I had to take him to the vet. That was £83 for antibiotics and painkillers. So poor little chap, but he feels sorry for himself more than anything else. Oh, he's fine now, but he'll be a bit more wary when he comes against big dog foxes roaming around the gardens. Okay, so there we are, just a quickie of a Kent scene. I can't get the camera any more in line than that. So there we are, one to be getting on with. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you before, have a very, very nice Christmas, nice season's greetings, and Happy New Year to you all. Bye bye.